Hello and welcome back to Zestology and New Stuff Friday. Except it's not called New Stuff Friday anymore. That was a working title for a couple of weeks, and I've decided that ZestHacks may be a little bit more appropriate, a little bit less clunky. So thank you for all your feedback on New Stuff Friday. I'm glad you're enjoying the actual feature. It's just slightly changed now and it's not called New Stuff Friday anymore. Right, on to today's podcast. Looking at blue light and the problem of blue light. I've done podcasts on this in the past, and if you're interested in a more in-depth look, I interviewed Dr. Edward Carome in Zestology 14, and he's absolutely brilliant. Actually, he's led a long and distinguished career as a physicist, and then when he retired, he turned his attention to blue light. And when you make small and significant nighttime changes, you can really start to deal with the issue of blue light. Turns out some of the blue lights that we have in our homes and on our devices late at night are not very good at helping us get to sleep and helping our bodies recover. Because basically, you're looking at the blue glow of an iPhone and it makes your brain think it's the middle of the day. Cavemen didn't have iPhones is essentially the takeaway from this particular Zest hack. And the solution is the colour amber. Amber blue blocking specs, night lights, computer programs which change the glow of the light of the screen from kind of bright blue to a little bit more orange. They can all help us replenish our melatonin. Essentially, it's a little bit more like looking into the fire. Because cavemen didn't have iPhones, but they did have a fire, which was the colour of amber, and that can help us boost our melatonin levels, get a much improved night's sleep. But also they've kind of done loads of tests and they reckon that when it comes to helping your body heal and push out disease, the more that you can create melatonin, the more that you can live a healthy life. So blue blocking glasses, simple as that. The pineal gland produces melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. If you're looking at blue light late at night, if you're looking at the iPad or the iPhone before you go to sleep, you're not going to be creating so much melatonin. You could be creating melatonin for 12 hours a night, but if you've got loads of blue lights around your home, then you can't do it. But by wearing blue blocking glasses, you can, and you can feel better, and you can still use your smartphone. And even though there's a kind of a weird combination of LEDs which fires up your brain and thinks it's the middle of the day, you'll be all right. Now there's a problem. Blue blocking glasses, all very well in theory, but most of them aren't very stylish. And trust me, I've tried a few. Now I've got a couple here, and I realised that by listening to this podcast, you're not going to be able to see how unstylish they are. So I've taken a couple of Instagram photos, and if you head to my Instagram page, which is instagram.com/Tony Wrighton, you can see just how unstylish they are. I've got this. I mean, the glasses that I was using essentially make me look like a weird kind of lab scientist. They're because they've got to be wraparound. You can't have like small little stylish Bono style glasses because the blue light will get in above and below and to the sides, and that's not any good. The lab glasses aren't that good. Most of the blue blocking glasses you'll find on the market aren't that good. But there is one site that does a decent set of blue blockers. I bought my favourite pair from this site, and it's really just blueblocker.net but without the E in blue. So Blue Blocker, spelled BLU. Now, And I've got the white kind of retro ones, which I quite like. I'm going to be honest, you're still going to get looked at weirdly if you wear these down the pub, but they're better than nothing. And you probably won't even wear them down the pub, but just on a night in, if you want to create a little bit extra melatonin and sleep a little bit better, you can put on your blue blockers for a couple of hours before you go to sleep. Remember, I've got the podcast on blue blocking if you want to check that out. That is Zestology number 14. With 88-year-old Dr. Edward Carome, absolutely fantastic. He's consulted with industry and government, and he did a lot of work with NASA as well, and he's now done this work on blue blocking glasses. And one more thing, don't wear blue blockers when you're driving. I've done this test, so you don't have to. It is actually legal, I think. It's not illegal to wear blue blockers while driving, but it's not a good idea, and for one reason. They're so good at blocking out blue light. When I started to, because I often finish work at Sky at midnight, and then you get in the car and drive home, and your brain's wired and it thinks it's the middle of the day, so I thought I'll put the blue blockers on and that'll be fine. but they're so good at blocking out blue light that you can't see police cars, which isn't great. So don't do that. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.